friends, welcome to Little Art Explorers. Today we're gonna draw a tropical toucan and we're gonna paint it using a technique called Crayon-Resist. To draw the toucan, all you need is paper and a drawing tool. I use a black marker so that you can see it better in the video, but you can also use a pencil or a pen or a crayon, pretty much anything you have in hand. If you want to try the technique that I'm telling you, you're gonna need a few extra supplies today. You're gonna need watercolors, brush, water, paper towels, and then you're gonna need, of course, a crayon or an oil pastel. I recommend oil pastels because they pop through a little more, but if you don't have them, crayons work as well. Of course, you don't have to do this. You can just color your toucan whatever way you want, but let me show you how it looks. So when you do the watercolors on top of the crayons or the oil pastels, as you can see, it makes the color of the crayon pop up a little bit. And it's just a fun thing to try. All right, let's get started. We're gonna use this photo of a toucan as inspiration. We're gonna start by drawing the beak of the toucan. We're gonna leave a little bit of space like on top so that we have space to draw it. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make something that looks like an elongated U. There you go. Now we're gonna join the top and the bottom of that shape with a line. Now we're gonna make the smile of the toucan. Here it is. We're gonna do something like this. So you have the top and the bottom of it. Since there's color there, we're gonna draw a little line to separate the colors. Okay, and we're gonna move on to the eye. To do this, we're gonna make a circle over here next to the beak that we drew. And to add a little bit of light, we're gonna make two smaller circles inside. It's just so that his eyes sparkle a little. And make one larger than the other one. And then we can fill in. You can do this later if you want to too. We're gonna fill in the big circle and leave the little circles white. Because again, that's just so that the eyes shine. And you can always do this when you draw any kind of animal or person. You want to make their eyes a little sparkly. Alright, so there you go. That's the eye. As you can tell, there's a little bit of green around the eye, so we're gonna draw that too. Just make another larger circle around the little circle. Now we're gonna draw the yellow part of the toucan. You can tell it comes out of the beak and it goes under it. So we're gonna start here and we're gonna finish right around here. Again, it's just like a curve that goes around. Like almost like a circle or an oval more like. Okay, so we have that. Now we're gonna make, we're gonna draw a wing over here. And to do this, we're gonna make an oval shape, but maybe that it's a little bit bigger on top than in the bottom. Actually, first let's make the neck. So let's do that. A line that comes out here. And now we're gonna draw the wing. So to do that, something like a C, and close it off here. There you go. That's the wing of the toucan. We're gonna make the body. To do this, start here on top of the beak. And we're gonna go all around and finish in the bottom of the wing. Right there. This is a big one. You can stop. You don't have to make it with one stroke. Around. It's like a jelly bean almost. Like that. We're gonna do the other wing on the other side. We're gonna like try to figure out if it started here. We go with our pen. Kind of start at the same height, and then as it finished here, we go and we put a little dot at the bottom too. And then we're just gonna make like a C shape here, from here to here. That's the second wing. Now we're gonna draw the feet. And if you can tell in the picture, it has like, it looks like two toes. You see them with like little claws at the end. And then there's usually another one that goes on the back that wraps around so they can hold on to the tree. So to do this, we're gonna draw something like a curvy W or like two U's in a row. We're gonna start a little under the toucan's body ends. We're gonna do 1, 2. And the second one's gonna go all the way to the body. And then we're gonna do the same thing a little bit further out. 1, 2. Okay. And then the third toe, that one that goes around, just gonna draw a U, like a C shape actually, over here, like this. Then on the other one, the same thing. From the body to the end of the double, to the beginning of the W. Like that. Those are the 2 feet. Now we're gonna draw the tree where it's standing. To do that, we're just gonna make a line from here, from the top of the feet, all the way to the end of the page. And then we're gonna continue it here. Like, actually at the top of the other foot. Go down. And we're gonna make another one that goes straight on the bottom. Just like that. Maybe add a branch over here. Make a line. Another curvy line. Facing the other way. V in the middle of both. And then we can add leaves and stuff. The toucan's missing a tail. So let's do that. It's not gonna, like, we could make it up, but it usually hangs down. So we're gonna first do a line here, because there was like a little bit of space, and then continue it under the tree branch. Let me put this up so you can see it better. All right, so we continue it as if it was going through the tree because it's on the back. And then we're just gonna do a U and then another U. There you go, and that's the tail of the toucan. Let's maybe make the leaves over here. Do one curve, and a curve the other way, and a line down the middle. Draw another one here. Curve, curve, line. Oops. Smaller one here. You can draw the leaves however way you want, but there you go, with something like that. That's the toucan. You could add a few more leaves just to the background. Like, you can do whatever you want with the background if you want to add more, but let's do one here. And we can do, that's the branch, and we can do our leaves. Yeah, so you can just like keep going at it and put in more foliage and stuff in the background. You can see this one has a bunch of trees and stuff, so you can draw whatever you want. Okay, so now that we have the toucan ready, the drawing, we're gonna use either crayons or oil pastels to outline it. This is so that it shows through once we add the watercolors, and we're gonna try out the technique that's called Crayon-Resist. So first I'm gonna use the black oil pastel to outline the toucan. It's gonna go over the lines that I did. And again, if you used a crayon in the first place, then you don't have to do this, it's already done. The tail. Okay, just like that. Now to add a little bit of texture to the bird, I'm gonna do like little lines all over it. I'm just gonna show through the watercolors and look cool. Still add little lines. Okay, so that's the toucan's body. I'm gonna use green around the eye, just like I showed you in the original one. There's a little bit of green around his eye. I'm gonna color the circle between, like right outside the eye with the pastel. And you can use just regular crayons if that's what you want, but the pastels are a little bit brighter. Look. That looks a little different. Okay, so we have that. Now, if you can tell, there's a little bit of red under the, oops, sorry, under the yellow part of the toucan. So I'm gonna add a little bit of red there too. There you go. And then I'm gonna do the whole thing. Yeah, let's do the whole thing. I'm gonna do the beak red too. Just again, just going over the outline that we already made. And it doesn't have to be in different colors. If you made it in one color with the crayons, that's fine. It looks cool too. There's yellow over here. And you can also just add the texture with the crayons if you don't want the whole thing. And that would probably look cool too. Okay, so these are feathers too, so I'm also gonna add lines. And I'm gonna do gray for the feet. And the background. Add some texture to the tree, just like little squigglies. The outline as well. You can use different colors if you want to. It doesn't have to be just one type of brown. You can use other ones. You know what would probably look cool if we add a little bit of white as well. Add it to the tree, just little lines here and there. You can't see it now, but once you add the watercolors, you will be able to. Maybe on the toucan as well. Just add a little bit of light. You can paint it wherever you want to. We'll see how it comes out. Just experimenting over here. Make me look cool. All right. And the leaves. You can take as long as you want. I'm trying to do it a little fast, but just so that you don't have to wait for me. You can always pause the video and just finish it later. Right here, the leaf. Okay. And that last one. There you go. So I finished outlining the bird. I'm gonna go get the water and we're gonna watercolor it. Let's see how it goes. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over the body of the toucan. So I'm gonna need some black paint. So you gotta grab a little bit of water and put it in your paint and the color. To be a little dark, so this is why I'm doing it like this. Alright, once I have the color ready, put it on my brush. When you're using a brush, you don't have to press too hard. You actually just have to brush it. It's a little different when you're using them. And when you're using a pen, a pencil, or other mediums, just gently brush it. You see how it shows through? So the white that I added, that's making like little lines in there. Again, just take your time. If your brush is too wet or something, you can always dry it with a towel. You need to have a towel too. If the paint runs into another side of the part of the toucan, it's okay to don't worry about it too much. There you go, that's the body. I'm gonna clean my brush, put it in water, dry it with your paper towel. And now I'm gonna do the yellow. You could probably actually started with the yellow. Make sure your brush is really clean, or grab another one so that you don't mix the colors. It's usually better to start with the lighter ones. I started with the darker one, but it's usually better to start with the lighter ones. So now I'm gonna do yellow, and again, you add water to your paint. And then gently brush it in. Mixed a little bit, it's okay. Do the beak too. I want this to look like, change a little bit. I'm gonna actually put a little bit of water here before I put the paint in. So I wanna see what happens. I'm gonna get the red. Technique's called like wet on wet, and people do it so that the paint blends a little bit. I know this one has this, the Toucan has hard lines, but if you weren't doing the, see how it looks cool. Because it doesn't stay straight, but it's a little bit more natural, see? And again, we're using the water resist, so the crayon's showing through. A little bit more yellow there. Now I'm going to do the feet, and I don't have gray in my watercolors, so I'm gonna grab a little bit of black and I'm gonna use white to lighten it and turn it gray. So if you have anywhere to mix it that works. I don't have anything right here, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of black on the paper. Clean my brush and add the white right there. It's usually not how it's done, but and if you have a palette, you can just mix it there. But I'm gonna mix it right on the paper. So I'm adding white now. I painted my brush. There you go. It's kind of grayish. It's more black than gray, but it's okay. I'm gonna do brown. So I'm gonna add water to the brown, watercolor. Mix it a little bit. So I wanted to have like bright colors. The more water you add to it, then like the less bright the color is gonna be. Make sure that your paper is heavy duty paper, because if you don't, your paper can get ruined. Like if you use computer paper with watercolors, then it can rip. If you don't have white paper, you can always use construction paper or something like that if you have it. Just so that it doesn't soak through. And you can also always wait for the paint to dry a little bit and then keep adding layers if you want to use more colors and make the painting a little bit more dynamic. There's the tree. See again how the crayon shows through? I'm going to do the leaves now. I'm going to use the different greens that I have. I use green, and even this blue that I have here. I'm going to put water on it too. So I'll use blue and green and lime green too. The different leaves. If you have a smaller brush for like details like this, is probably better. That's most of the toucan. Now for the rest of the background, I think it'd be cool to try that wet on wet technique as well. So maybe we actually put a little bit of water in it. Just water. Put a ton against your paper. You don't want your paper to rip. Just put water and then take the. See how it did it already here? Kind of started spreading. And you grab bits and pieces. Just like grab watercolors and just drop little dots and let the water color it for you. See, so the lines aren't straight because of all the water that it has. It's just kind of spreading organically, like around. And got different colors, different shades of green. Add a little bit of blue sometimes. See? Let's put more water around here too. And don't worry if your brush has a little bit of paint in it. Add more water to the whole thing. And now again, just grab paint. And tap it everywhere. Spreads. A bit of blue around here. Doesn't need to be tabs, but just add the different colors and different shades of green, blue. Oh, looks like the background of the rainforest. You see it? And finish over here. And this is just adding water. It's green because my paintbrush is full of paint still, but just add more water. And again, wet on wet. Just add bits and pieces of green. In different shades. There you go. I'll let the water work. And we're done. Hope you like the toucan. Show me how yours came out. I'm really curious. I always like to see them. So please share them if you want to. See you next time. Bye-bye.